Take her down to jail now.
Why am I being arrested?
Take her down to jail.
What crime have I committed? Get off me. This is kidnapping. This is a false arrest. This is kidnapping. They're violating my rights, my constitutional rights.
False arrest or justice served. This video explodes from the very first second as a woman is dragged from a courtroom screaming that she's being kidnapped. But the judge has a completely different story. You are about to witness the chaotic downfall of Amber McKenry, a defendant who tried to play by her own set of rules, believing she was above the law. She brought sovereign citizen theories into a real courtroom, and the judge's reaction is something you have to see to believe. This showdown goes from 0 to 100 in a matter of minutes. So buckle up and get ready for a masterclass in how not to behave in court.
Rights. I put in...
I thought the Constitution didn't apply to you.
The Constitution applies to every living man and woman. You are violating your oath, Mr. Iarochi.
Court is now on the record in City of Conneaut versus Amber McKenry, 24 TRD 819. Ms. McKenry entered no plea to charges of no operator's license and expired plates, each of which is a minor misdemeanor, on December 17th, 2024. I scheduled it for a bench trial for January 8th of 2025. Ms. McKenry was given notice of that bench trial. I have a signed receipt in the file showing she got notice of that bench trial. Present on January 8th, 2025 was the law director along with a police officer. Ms. McKenry failed to appear. As a result of her failure to appear, I issued a warrant for her arrest. That was January 8th. It's now over a month later, February 11th, and Ms. McKenry is now turning herself in on the warrant. She's in the courtroom, and she is without an attorney. Ms. McKenry, why were you not here on January 8th of 2025?
Okay, let's hit pause and break this down. The judge just laid out a very clear timeline. Amber McKenry is in court for 2 simple, minor misdemeanors, no license and expired plates. Instead of dealing with it, she was a no-show for her trial. In the legal world, failing to appear is a huge mistake. It's a direct defiance of a court order, which forced the judge to issue a bench warrant for her arrest. So, she isn't here today to argue the original tickets. She's here because she became a fugitive from the law for over a month. The judge's first question is simple and direct. Why didn't you show up? Her answer will set the tone for this entire chaotic hearing.
I have a question about the case.
Ms. McKenry, sit down. This is not your courtroom. Sit in that chair.
I have a question about the case. That's not the case number that I had.
Yes, it is, Ms. McKenry. You've got other cases pending that are set for jury trial.
The original case number that I had was like TDR, like 0800 something. And
24 TRD 819.
819. Okay. I was just double checking on the case number. Can you repeat your question then? No.
Why were you not here on January 8th?
I put in an appearance, and it was rejected and struck from the record, and I was sent a letter saying that I am not who I said I was. So I have a question about that because I don't understand.
This is not a discussion here. This is not a conversation. I ask a question, you respond to my question. Now, this is typical behavior for you because you're a sovereign citizen. At least you claim to be.
I've never claimed that.
Well, your documentation that you file, including the one you filed today that did not have a correct caption or case number on it, is indicative of that. So let me ask you, Ms. McKenry, again, why were you not physically, personally present in the courtroom on January 8th, 2025 for your trial?
And there it is. The judge drops the term sovereign citizen. For anyone unfamiliar, This is a group of people who believe they are immune to government authority and are not subject to its laws or courts. They use bizarre, pseudo-legal arguments and file nonsensical paperwork to try to nullify their cases. When McKenry says her appearance was rejected, she's likely referring to one of these invalid documents she mailed instead of physically showing up. The judge sees right through this. He identifies her behavior as a classic sovereign tactic, and he's not interested in playing her games. He wants a straight answer to a simple question, but what he's about to get is pure courtroom theater. I need the oath and bonds to be.
I need the oath and bonds to be put for each person acting as a public official, in this case, who is acting as a public servant, to be put on the record. And I also require the indemnity bond, and I'm going to require the other bonds. I need the accounting. Please, for the record, let it be known that you exited.
This is a total script. McKenry has completely ignored the judge's question and launched into a list of demands straight from the sovereign citizen playbook. She's asking for oaths and bonds, which is based on a debunked conspiracy theory that every public official has a secret insurance policy that can be claimed. It's designed to confuse and obstruct the proceedings. But watch the judge's reaction. He doesn't argue, he doesn't debate, he just gets up and leaves. This is an absolute power move. He is non-verbally communicating that her arguments are so fundamentally absurd that they are not even worthy of a response. He's not playing her game. He's about to end it. What do you think is going through his mind right now?
I did. I exited the courtroom and asked a police officer, probation officer.
Who has the indemnity bond?
Uh,
Where is the bill of particulars?
The
Because
bond
I
is
did not
being,
receive it.
the warrant is being executed. You're being taken into custody. Take her down to the jail now.
I was not given the warrant.
Take her down to the jail now.
Why am I being arrested?
Take her down
For
to
what?
jail.
What crime have I committed? Get off me. This is kidnapping. This is a false arrest.
Knock it off. Stop fighting.
No, this is a false arrest.
Okay, relax.
This is kidnapping. They're violating my rights, my
Let's be
constitutional
perfectly
rights.
clear about what's happening. She is screaming kidnapping and false arrest, but she is not being arrested for her sovereign citizen beliefs or for what she just said. She is being arrested because of the legally binding warrant that was issued over a month ago when she failed to appear for her trial. The judge isn't making a new decision. He is simply ordering law enforcement to execute a pre-existing judicial order. All of her protests are completely irrelevant. She created this exact situation the moment she decided not to show up for court. The consequences she's facing were entirely self-inflicted, and now reality is hitting her hard. My
Violating
Constitution.
my rights, my constitutional rights. I put in.
I thought the Constitution didn't apply to you.
That is one of the most savage and brilliant comebacks I have ever heard from a judge. I thought the Constitution didn't apply to you? In one sentence, he has completely dismantled her entire position. Sovereign citizens often argue that they are not bound by the U.S. Constitution and are therefore exempt from the government's laws. Yet, the second they face consequences, they try to hide behind the very constitutional rights they claim don't apply to them. The judge just exposed that hypocrisy on a grand scale. He threw her own flawed logic right back in her face, and it is a stunning mic drop moment that perfectly captures the absurdity of her entire argument. The Constitution applies to every.
The Constitution applies to every living man and woman.
Yeah.
You are violating your oath, Mr. Iarochi. What am I being arrested for? What am I being arrested for?
So let's recap the chaos. Amber McKenry entered the courtroom not to answer for her crimes, but to perform a script based on a debunked legal theory. She dodged questions, made nonsensical demands, and refused to acknowledge the court's authority. But the judge was prepared. He dismantled her arguments and, when she refused to cooperate, he enforced the law by ordering her arrest on an outstanding warrant she earned all by herself. This case is a powerful example of what happens when fringe ideologies collide with the unyielding reality of the justice system. It serves as a stark reminder that while everyone is entitled to their own beliefs, they are not entitled to their own set of laws. The courtroom is a place for facts, not fantasy. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.